Yet another shocking incident coming to the fore in Madhya Pradesh. A 39-year-old Swiss national was gang raped by 8 men in MP's Datiya district. The incident taking place on Friday when the woman along with her husband were touring the state on a bicycle. Now, the couple were camping at Orcha when they were accosted by 8 men who robbed them, gang raped the lady in the presence of her husband. The lady was admitted to the Kamalajaya hospital in Gwalior. Medical tests have also confirmed that she was in fact raped. The police have arrested 8 men after her husband, of in fact the Swiss national, lodged a complaint with the Datiya police and registered a case against them as well. But absolute outrage in this state following 2 instances of gang rape in Madhya Pradesh. People coming out onto the streets. You can see the visuals of protest as they have been playing out. Let's get a word in now from our correspondent Anup Datta, tracking the latest on the story. Anup, just take us through the sense in the state right now. Absolute outrage as far as the public anger is concerned, but yet another incident of a Swiss woman being gang raped coming across.
This is really very shocking incidents that are now repeatedly coming from the state of Madhya Pradesh, because this is not the first foreign tourist who has been raped in past 2 months. This happens to be the second incident. Almost like 1.5 months back, another South Korean tourist was raped in a resort in Bandhavgarh National Park. So such things started cropping up again and again. It's really a very serious concern that the state is witnessing right now.
Anup, just stay on for a moment. Let's also connect with Kavita Krishnan, women's rights activist. Ma'am, your thoughts, at the state of affairs in Madhya Pradesh. Repeated instances coming forth shockingly, in such short time as well, of 2 gang rapes actually playing out in MP.
Yes, it's listening to these kind of incidents reminds us how urgent it is to pass better laws to ensure that not only are we able to ensure justice in such cases, but that we are able to prevent such cases from happening. Okay, and that is why I feel that this is an occasion to remember the last 2 months of protest, and to say that the current bill which is being debated in which is to be debated in Parliament, I would appeal to the media as well as to all the parties not to divert the issue onto all sorts of patriarchal debates about what impact the bill is going to have on men. That bill is not about men. That bill is to ensure that women can live with greater dignity and do not risk these kind of incidents, that the risk comes down, that we are able to ensure that women are not stalked and raped and murdered like Priyadarshini Matu was. And so I think that every time we talk about these incidents, let us remember that this bill may be one small step in the direction. Not a very large or very radical step, a very small step in the direction of making women safer. So please, let's pass that bill in the present, in its present form.
Ma'am, but also what about, besides what happens, of the parliamentary process? You mentioned, the far-reaching impact of this bill, what it might have. But you look at, the history as well, the recent history of Madhya Pradesh as well. In 2011, the maximum number of rape cases reported were from MP. You look at 2012 as well, the situation no better. So far, in 2013, this year alone, 750 cases being reported. You think as far as the, the police structure is concerned as well, they need to step in, not wait for legislation, and essentially prevent such cases from actually happening?
Yes. See, that is what, you're very, very right to have brought this up, and definitely Madhya Pradesh. And it's a timely reminder, because it shows that, we can't just think that rapes which happened in Delhi are basically something which is only to do with the color of the government which is there in Delhi. Okay. Obviously, there is a government of a different hue there in Madhya Pradesh, and things are just as bad, if not worse. So actually, I think the question is that, in the same Madhya Pradesh, you have had leaders recently making all these nonsensical statements, ministers talking about how if you cross the Lakshman Rekha, you will get raped and whatnot. So I really think that they really strongly need to fight that kind of mindset, which basically somewhere or the other justifies rape. One of these instances you're telling me happened with a foreign national, right?
Yes, yes.
So I'm saying let us watch out. Let us this time ensure that none of these leaders are able to say, oh, she was a foreign national, therefore she asked for it. Oh, her character must have been this and that. And these are this is the usual script. This time at least let us put enough pressure to ensure that this script is not resorted to. We don't want to hear that kind of thing ever again. And I think that
All right.
Madhya Pradesh really needs to think about its record, and the first step in the direction of correcting it could be to ensure that its leaders stop making stop offering.
And certainly reflects the kind of the atmosphere, the kind of mindset which is actually playing out across other states as well. Ms. Kavita Krishnan, thanks so much for joining us.